and start streaming. All right. Apparently, this is being ridiculous. There it goes. There it goes. All right, guys. I want to say thank you and welcome. I honestly didn't expect to get an opportunity to interview the team from Redcat. And just so you guys know, we are live here on Rekkr RC on YouTube. So, who do we have here today?
My name is Billy Fischer. I work here at Redcat. I was the customer service manager for several years, and then in the past few years, I've kind of transitioned over into more of a product improvement, product development role.
Oh, that's awesome. Cool. We'll have some questions for you. So,
John, president. Been here now for 5 months, so fairly new to Redcat.
okay.
Then I'm Matt Jackson. I'm Director of Engineering. Been here actually 2 years today. Aleric and I both started the same day 2 years ago.
So you get amazing today.
Is that what happens?
Yes, that's
My name is Aleric Egli. I'm one of the vehicle engineers here. Most well known within the group that's watching is the guy that designed the Gen 8.
Oh, that's awesome. I think the Gen 8 guys are going to have a couple of questions for you specifically. So just be prepared for that. So I guess let's get us started. What guys got you guys into RC? I mean, Redcat's huge, but like, what got you your start? Go for it.
For me, I was about 12 years old or so, and just kind of started playing with RC cars because I had a family member that had one, and then eventually I started doing the racing side of things, and I did that for about 20 years or so. But I've been here at Redcat for almost 10, and those two things kind of overlap for a while, and then I quit the racing side of things, and now just focus on the Redcat stuff.
Okay.
For myself, quite similar to Billy, I had my cousin introduced me to my first RC vehicle, and at that time it was a kit form back in the day, and this was in the late 70s, so I'm showing my age there, but that really introduced me to the whole RC industry in a sense, and then from there, years later, I was actually able to get into the industry itself as a career, and I've been very lucky for that. Lucky for all the mentors I've had throughout the years in the industry, and I'm just excited to be here at Redcat right now.
That's awesome.
So I've been playing with RC aircraft most of my life. So that's kind of how I got my start in RC in general. I went to school to be a vehicle engineer, and then that was what I was doing professionally for a while. And then the opportunity came along to kind of combine my interest in RC with leading up design here at Redcat. So took that opportunity as fast as I could.
I still do the air stuff with your
Yeah.
So I started with RC stuff when I was probably 5 or 6. An old truck with mechanical speedo. Burned myself on that a few times. I did that in racing for a while until I got old enough to start doing full-size cars. Went to school then for automotive engineering and did that for a little while and decided it was time to mess around with something a little bit smaller. A bit more exciting, a bit less risk.
Like, the hell of a thing.
Yeah. I race full-size cars too.
That's awesome. So you guys have built a reputation in this industry, being a younger company, and let's look at your offerings. Right, you have nitro, gas, short course, crawlers. You're into everything. What is the future going to look like for Redcat with so many offerings?
Oh, you're looking at me? Well, we have a lot of products right now, and what we're doing right now, we're actually going through a lot of that, working on some changes and consolidation, and in order to allow for our plans for all these new vehicles that we're working on in different segments. So, for us, it's about building upon what we have and then growing into other segments, which I refer to more as niches, because our whole focus is on trying to get more people into RC and supporting the communities that are already out there in RC.
Okay, so looking at that, is there a particular segment you guys are going to like kind of focus first on, another segment that you're going to focus on, or is it going to be kind of a all encompassing, make the product better and better and better as it goes?
I think our philosophy overall from everybody here at this table is to try to be more innovative. Um, and innovative in the sense of not just necessarily the design of product, but also trying to make things more simpler for the end users and have things that are more performance based, um, differentiating from our competitors. And I mean, we're lucky we got all this experience here at the table, and we just Billy's years of racing, and Matt and Aleric's years with full size and their engineering background. I mean, there's a huge amount of potential here for us.
And definitely, like what you were saying, right? Like we focused on crawlers for a little while when we first started the team here, and we're definitely looking at a lot of different niches in the industry as far as places to keep improving.
That's awesome. You guys hit the word innovation and differentiation, and I saw that with the 3D files that were sponsored by you guys coming out. That's pretty bold. So, what was the reaction from the community, and more interestingly, how does your competitors take that?
Well, the reaction from the community has been amazing. People have kind of fully embraced it. In fact, if you look at the different Facebook groups that we have for like the Gen 7 and the Gen 8, which are the two first vehicles that we've been supporting with a lot of these 3D printable parts, you see people that are actually going out and getting into 3D printing, and then that's like a new hobby for them, and they're coming up with their own stuff and sharing it with people. And people have actually started, several different small businesses designing their own parts that they can then print and distribute. So I'm all about it. I think it's amazing.
Great. It's actually what the hobby's all about. And it's great that we have ownership here that allows us to do things like that and invest time into that, because it takes time and we're not charging for the parts. So, in a sense, so.
No, because we'll come up with ideas, right, that are too niche to really be feasible to spend all the money on to make a production part, right? And instead of keeping those to ourselves, we can give them away to the community and be, here, you guys, we designed a way to put the battery in a different location on the Gen 8.
Right.
Here you go.
Yeah, it'd be kind of funny if we had like 4 different battery mounts for the Gen 8 out of the box, but we can do that pretty easily with our Thingiverse page where we have all the different battery mounts.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Billy's been busy with lines for 3D printed parts.
I can totally see that. And what's really interesting is, Aleric, I'm gonna look at your baby, really, the Gen 8. You guys have really been listening to the crawling community, what they want. So, what? There's been a few challenges that have popped up, I guess, in the production. How is Redcat going to address those challenges?
So the challenge in production, right? Like we do months of testing before anybody can do these. And there's always going to be certain things that are going to come up. You can't test for everything, right? No matter how many hours you test something, there's always going to be unforeseen use cases for sure. 10 minutes on the Gen 8 page, you can see unforeseen use cases.
Mm-hmm.
So it's important we're keeping an eye on it, and we look at those, and as we see opportunities for improvements, and we investigate those.
Do you guys have any factory parts that are going to come out to kind of support some of the issues that some of the people have seen?
Well, not really issues, right? But yeah, we're working on all kinds of parts. The big one we're working on right now is a CNC machine front portal gear.
Nice.
Just kind of bulletproof that to go along with all the other aluminum parts.
Now that's awesome. Bulletproofing is crucial because I don't know about you guys, but either as a crawler, I like to send it.
Yeah.
It's really difficult to bulletproof any product, but we try the best that we can to make it a positive experience for the consumer when they get the product, so they can have the necessary drive time. Obviously, everybody has different drive styles, and everybody wants to do different things with the power system that they put through product, and sometimes it's not the right power system for the vehicle itself, but hobby. So
Yeah, if there's a lot of people out there that want to go take the vehicle and put it into a different application, we'll certainly try to support that.
So that actually kind of, I guess, backing up a little bit, like what brought the idea of the Gen 8 to the table?
So we had our Gen 7, right? We announced that and everything's going well. It's a really good product. But I came into it, and of course, when I'm coming as a new start, I want to make a splash. I want to start from scratch. You know, it's fun to take something that exists and make it better, but it's a whole lot more fun to kind of clean slate.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what kind of started that. And it was a very fun. I think this vehicle reuses 3 parts from the Gen 7, so it's definitely an opportunity for us to start over.
And it's pretty clear which market segment you guys targeted. And honestly, I've seen it in comps, and it's done very well. I really like watching that truck go. And I think your fan base has also seen the same thing.
Yeah, there's a lot of work in that, and being competitive and everything was the suspension geometry skills that you learn when you're doing full-size vehicles. You know, that's a joke. There's a book for full-size vehicle development called Race Car Vehicle Dynamics, and it's a 1,000-page book that goes over all the types how suspension works and how to deal with centers and where the center of mass is and how that relates to chassis handling. And that was kind of the big thing that I was trying to bring to the table on this vehicle, was optimizing that same way you would a full-size car.
That's awesome. Especially understanding some of the engineering that goes into it. I do have a small background in playing with Autodesk and teaching tiny humans how to work it. That always interests me, and I really think you guys have done a very good job in that. And let's kind of like shift gears here, pun intended. So you guys have a giant selection of brushless, bashers, racers. I've got one question for you. 8S?
that's a lot of power.
That is a lot of power.
That is a lot of power, but is it something feasible that might come out in the future, whether it's a 1.5, a larger scale?
Yeah, I mean, at this point, we're looking at everything, all the different potential areas that we can go. And you just think about the consumer fun factor with that amount of power. I mean, that's just ridiculous. Yeah, but that's where it's going. I mean, everybody wants more and more power, faster, faster. So
I think that's why we put the slipper in the Gen 8, actually.
Just for the 8S.
Just because someone like me would put a 3,500 kV in it because I can.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, in testing, we actually ran the Gen 8 on 6S, and a really fast brushless system that was out of TRSC 10, I believe. Yeah. And it moved. It held up.
doing wheelies.
Yeah, it was doing wheelies, like rolling wheelies, but it still held up pretty well. But I mean, it's definitely not designed for that.
You do realize now we have a few viewers that are probably going to do that.
Oh yeah.
We have some clips of the test car. And it's good fun. I mean, it's totally not what the car's meant to do, but
At your own risk, for sure.
yeah,
Like, 6S is definitely a great way to avoid your warranty.
I think
It's a hobby, and so people are going to do that. You got to look at it from like a full-size vehicle perspective. Someone's not going to go out and do that with a full-size vehicle because of the cost impact. So doing it with RC, it's obviously more cost-effective. So and fun factor there, just playing around with it and getting it set up right, and having fun with it. And then now with social media, customers that are doing that get a lot of attention too when they do videos and things with the product. So
Walk out to them.
that totally makes sense. because that's kind of where I stand. You know, I buy a vehicle. I'm not expecting to use the warranty. I'm expecting to break it and have fun. So looking forward, you know, is you guys have anything coming up with the nitro or gas vehicles? Um, I've seen some of them. They're really fun. You know, walking on water, doing some fun things. Are there going to be any updates or any new products coming out for that?
You want to take that one?
Well, nitro, because of the ease of use of electric, nitro is really starting to slow down. But we do already have a good line of existing nitro vehicles, and we still continue to sell those well. And as long as they continue to sell well, we'll do the best that we can to make changes and update those. But the challenges with nitro are ease of use for the customer, and then it's a high service item because the customer has challenges with getting it going, so it impacts the customer's experience versus electric. So that's kind of where our position is with nitro. I got actually Richie from customer service looking at me over there going, "No more nitro."
That's funny. So I guess while we got a few moments, you guys sent me a little box to do some giveaway stuff. We've got about 16 people here live on the chat, and I got like a couple of products here that you guys sent. Awesome T-shirt, by the way. Well packaged. I happen to have it on. I love the logo, by the way. So here we got a bunch of comments. I guess we got about 20 comments. Pick a number between. I got 3 things. Someone pick a number between 1 and 20.
16.
You would. Now I gotta count. All right. So Wayne Kibler's RC Adventures. Get at me. I know we're friends on Facebook. I'm gonna send you a hat, brother. All right. Someone else, give me a number that's not 16.
8.
8.
I see what you do.
Yeah.
Trying to one-up it.
All right. Gonna go to the next guy down. Bull Gear RC Videos. Oh, by the way, he threw out the compliment. Gen 8's being the hottest product 2019 so far. Brother, I'm sending you a t-shirt. PM me via YouTube. All right. Give me another number.
13.
You would. Teacup. So we got Teacup is saying hi. What's going on? I'm gonna send you a hat, dear. We're gonna rock this out. So please get at me via PM, and we will take care of this. All right. So I appreciate guys just hanging in there for some random giveaway swag. I appreciate that. So I mean, I'm really looking forward. We've got so many products coming out, and you guys have so many preferences. I'm just going to go down the line, okay? Whether you're a crawler, you're a speed guy, whatever your preference is. I guess I'll kind of, I'm going to do a speed round. No companies, right? No companies, just a quick little, it's either A or B. You can give an explanation now. All right, so it's like, example would be hamburger or cheeseburger. Right? You get a choice. All right? So, Billy, for you, basher or crawler?
Basher.
Why?
Personally, just more speed. You can fly them off jump and tumble them, and hopefully they keep going. Run them through water, just see how big the tires can get, see how fast you can make your neighbor jump out of the way. Just more personally, more fun for me, a little bit more exciting.
Nice. Now, Jeff, I know you have a bit of history in the crawler segment. Lynx or Leafs?
What was that? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Lynx?
Or
Yep.
depends on the application and what your drive style is. I mean, you can use both. I would say links, but Leafs are also fun too. Challenges you as far as for the driver's side.
Okay. So you're next. You ready? You seem to react pretty nicely to that crawler question. You like small tires or big tires on a crawler?
Small tires.
Why?
I like the challenge. I see a lot of people. I mean, people can crawl however they want, and that's great. Whatever type of vehicle you want to make, but I really like having to pick your line very carefully, and I like to see as scale as possible if you're looking at the crawler segment, just so that to me that's the whole point of doing scale crawling, is to approximate the big thing just so that you can experience it much more cheaply.
So Matt, did you have a hand in designing the body on that Gen 8?
Body? No, actually, the body for the Gen 8 is pretty much a direct 1/10 scale from a model of the Scout. It's almost exact. So there wasn't a whole lot that was changed about that other than the cutout for the wheel wells from an actual Scout.
That's awesome. So Aleric, I get it right?
Yep.
Sweet. What do you prefer? Nitro or gas powered?
Oh, nitro. Better
Why?
sound. I mean, gas powers are great and everything, but they sound too close to a weed whacker for my case, so it reminds me too much of doing chores. Nitro's just, it's more fun. It's more finicky to tune. If I'm going to get involved in that kind of stuff, then I want to suffer as much as
He
possible.
does love to tune things. It's very true. Which is great for a suspension engineer.
Yeah.
I can only imagine. So I guess I'm coming back to you, Billy. If you had an opportunity, you have a racing background. Would you go short course or buggy?
Definitely buggy. Definitely buggy. I prefer open wheel stuff, just because I think that it's a little bit of an unfair advantage when you have fenders, and then you don't really have to make corners. You could just use others for that. But if it's open wheel stuff, then there's definitely more finesse involved and a little bit more planning when articulating the course.
Nice. I like your thought process behind that. So Jeff, brushed or brushless?
Oh, brushless. As you have the speed, but then it depends upon what platform it's going in. But I would say brushless overall.
Okay. So, all right, Matt, you seem to enjoy the crawler segment as well, just a little bit, right? Hard body or Lexan?
Actually, my personal car is hard body. So yeah, and that's just because, again, I prefer as much scale as I can get.
Okay. So, Aleric, have you? I know you come from the 1-to-1 world. Have you done many much like crawling comps or racing competitions at all?
And full size, no. I spend most of my time doing on-road racing. It's a bit more affordable and easier to clean up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've done off-roading with razors and trucks and stuff like that, but never competitive. It's just more of to get to the camping space or something like that.
Okay, so in the RC aspect, would you what do you prefer, the on-road or the off-road?
Oh, off-road's more fun, for sure, for me at least. Because you can do both, right, with an off-road vehicle. So, and I like jumping things. It's obviously jumping things is fun.
So that's fun. And by the way, so I'm gonna kind of transition. I do have one more question. As I was searching your website and like really kind of like looking deep, you guys have a Team Redcat line that piqued my interest. So if I'm a prospective buyer, and what's going to be the advantage to go with the Team Redcat version versus just the standard everyday version that I can pull off?
Yeah, I mean, it's just higher quality cars. It's something that costs a little bit more money, but everything is just a little bit more intricate, and and definitely the higher end side of the market. You know, it's not your typical, you know, $100 car. It's definitely going to cost a little bit more, and you know, but at the end of the day, you're going to have a little bit more speed, a little bit more durability, and probably just, I guess, a little bit more fun.
That's interesting. I am a huge. Sorry. That's interesting, man. Just, I mean, I look at it. I'm hard on things. People say that actually, I think one person has killed a particular motor of a servo, and I'm the only person to kind of kill it. If you watch any of the videos, I'm not afraid to throw something off like 30-foot cliffs. I mean, I say send it. And I put myself into situations, if you will, with a slight raging river crawling. About, you know, if my truck flips, it's going in for a, well, it's not recoverable because it's going to Chesapeake Bay. Kind of situation. When I buy a truck, it's because I'm gonna push it. Um, how do you guys work with those customers, knowing that you're gonna have a customer base? I mean, that is both a fan, just fans, and just want to play with RC and get their kids involved, and then you also have guys that might start gravitating toward the Gen 8 for a competition rig. How what's that? What are you guys gonna be looking at to do to support that?
Well, we already have the Gen 8 pack, which is more targeted towards the hobbyist, the builder, and someone who wants to do more on the competition side. Just from the standpoint, they can put their own wheels, tires, and body, and then obviously the power system in there that they want. And you know, we'll see what happens in the future. You might have some things that fit a little bit better into the competition side in the future too.
You just piqued my interest. I guess looking at that, I mean, most of the fans that I have and I've interacted with are the crawler guys. Is there any if you look into getting the Gen 8 Recon G6 certified?
No, we don't really see a need at this point. We already know how it performs, uh, and we already support a number of different events throughout the world at this point. So.
Okay. So I guess is there going to be a giant festival anytime soon of Redcat owners sending it all over the place?
We're supporting events, as mentioned before, globally, um, as much as we can. This year, we're going through a lot of transitions and changes. So in the future, we'll definitely be looking at how we can grow our support of events, and we're also looking into possibly having some of our own events in our backyard here in Arizona.
Nice. That's I actually really like that. I wish you guys weren't so far away
Yes.
because I'd love to attend.
It won't be. That's for
Yeah.
sure. It's a little hot this time of the year, so.
It'll be in like January.
Yeah, right.
I can only imagine, and we're not even into summer yet. So,
It's already here today, so.
oh, I'm sorry. I get a couple people saying, "Wow, Redcat Fest." I love it. Um, so, do you guys have anything else you'd like to share with our viewers? Any other small announcements, or you know, products that might be coming out?
I just say stay tuned because we've got these guys here working on a number of really exciting new products that we're working and trying to get out here in the months to come.
No, I spend all day on Facebook, actually. I don't. As far as the internet's concerned, I don't do any propaganda.
And you're fine.
Yeah.
Hey, that's why you have Robert, right? He reached out. He's the one that set this whole was the go between to set this whole thing up. So I got to shout him out as a thank you.
Thanks. Agreed.
So I guess as I'm looking in the future, guys, stay tuned. Matt, I see that gleam in your eye. I know that gleam in your eye. Something's fun coming down the pipe.
And I wish that I could tell you what it is. I really do.
Hey, I can imagine. I can see the look in your face. And well, guys, I really appreciate the opportunity to come here and ask some questions. We got a lot of fans coming in. Oh, and I guess a final question. A gentleman's asking about a 124th model. You guys have anything of that size?
We used to have something. It's since been discontinued. It was our sumo line. As far as like just a regular like buggy truck, stadium truck kind of a deal. I think we still have our sumo crawler, which is on 24th scale. But those models have been out for quite some time. But we don't have anything more current than that right now.
Based upon what we've done with the Gen 8, anything's possible going forward with stylizing and developing something based upon what we did with that platform.
Ooh, I like that answer. Mysterious. Because I mean, I see that, I see something like that being awesome for my little one, so she doesn't, well, run into as many things as fast. So all right, guys. Well, I want to say thank you. I really appreciate having the opportunity to talk to you guys. And any parting words?
Oh, thank you for setting this up, and Robert here in the office for setting it up. Appreciate it.
Yep, appreciate it.
Well, gentlemen, I look forward to the future of Redcat, seeing what you guys put out. Don't be surprised if an order comes by with my name on it.
Okay, we'll look forward to it.
Yeah. I appreciate it. Well, gentlemen, thank you very much, and you guys have a great day. Thank you very much.
Thanks,
All right,
everybody.
thanks, you too.
Thanks, bye.
All right, have a good one.